everybody, this is Sunbeams 2, lesson number 27, and hopefully this works to have a recording instead, and so we'll just go through the class like we usually would, all the things on the floor, and then I'll be in contact with you to have a meeting sometime later today as well, so that I can hear your songs and what you're working on. So use your mom as your partner, and we're going to sing the welcome song. And so we're going to face each other and we're going to do our pattern. You know the pattern, lap, clap, together, clap. So let's start adagio, which is slow, and we'll get a bit faster as we go. Here we go. Ready? Lap, clap, together, clap. When the sun peeks from behind the clouds, the sunbeams sing and play. We will be together in the sun. It is our music day. Faster, then we'll see who'll join us in the fun. Clap your hands and tap your toes. Keep time with everyone. Excellent. That was great. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to take out your tin sheet, and you need 3 magnets and 2 sharps. So if you want to pause the video right now and get that ready, and then be ready when you press start, we'll start making our chords. So 3 magnets and 2 sharps. So okay, so we've been working on the D major scale, and the D major scale, we're going to make a snowman chord. So of course, our snowman chord starts on D, and then we build our snowman above the D, right? And don't forget the F sharp, because D major has an F sharp in its key signature. So here's the snowman chord for D major. When you've got that, then make a hugging chord. So pull the sharp away, drop his foot into the hole, bring the middle note up to hug the top note, and don't forget you need a C sharp here, because there is a C sharp in the D major scale as well. So here's the hugging chord, C sharp, G, and A. Once you've made the hugging chord, then push him back to a snowman chord here like this. We've got our snowman chord back, and now we want to make the nosy chord. So that was the new one from last week. And so remember, he's peeking over the fence. So push the top note up 1, and he needs his scarf. So push that middle note up 1, take the sharp away, and the nosy chord for D major, D, G, and B. So there's our 3 chords for D major. Okay, once you've finished making the chords for D major, then you'll want to flip over on your tin sheet, and we're going to review our sharps. And if we remember, the rule for sharps is always up and never down. So that means we're going to go to the right on our tin sheet. So don't forget, when you go to a sharp, you go to the natural note, and then you go 1 step up to get the sharp name. So let's review some sharps. The first one is F sharp. So there's F sharp on your tin sheet. Make sure you get it. It doesn't matter where on the tin sheet, as long as it's one of the F sharps. And then go to C sharp. C sharp is there. Here's C. We go up to the sharp. And then G sharp, G to G sharp, right there. And then we're on D sharp, right here. And then how about A sharp? A is here, A sharp. And then you all remember those white key sharps, right? There's 2 of them. And so if you want to find E sharp, you go to E and you go 1 step up to E sharp right here. So there's E sharp, and we also have B sharp. So find those 2 on your tin sheet, and then you've reviewed all our sharps. And remember, the rule for sharps is always up and never down. Okay, so today I have something new to teach you, because we know all of the black keys, we call them sharps, but we can also call them a different name, and we can call them this right here, I'm going to show you. I drew a sign here. And you see this sign? This is the flat sign. And so a flat is also a black key, but the rule for a flat is the opposite. Always down and never up. So when we go to find a flat on our tin sheet, we have to go down, which means we have to go to the left on our tin sheet to find it. So if I want to find a B flat, for instance, I would go to B, and then I go to the black key that's a step below. So here is B flat. So we know that as A sharp, but it has two names. It has a flat name and it has a sharp name. So when we go to the left, always down and never up, we call it a flat. And this is a flat sign. So when you see this in front of your note, that means you would play a flat instead. So let's practice finding some more flats. We found B flat, but now let's see if we can find E flat. So go to E and then go down to the flat. So there's E flat, which is also D sharp. So two names, but we're calling it a flat today, so it's E flat. Can we find A flat? So go to A and to the left, down to the flat. So here's A flat. And then what about D flat? See if you can find D flat. So go to the D and then go to the left, down to the flat. And then let's see if we can find G flat. G and to the flat. There's G flat. And just like there's two white key sharps, there's also two white key flats. So if I want to find F flat, I go to F and I go down one step. So I have to go to the white key because there's no black key to go to. So it's F flat. E and F flat are the same note. And then lastly, we have C, and we want to find C flat. We go down to the left and we have C flat right here. So press pause on your lesson and practice those flats with your mom for a few minutes before we keep going. All right, so I want to, now that you've practiced finding those flats with your mom, I want you to turn in your book to L35, and we're going to do a listening exercise. So turn to L35 and you just need a pencil. And we're going to review some listening for dynamics. And remember that dynamics is how loud or how quiet we're going to play something. So we have four choices on our page. We have a piano quiet sign. We have a forte loud sign. We have a decrescendo, which means starting loud and getting quieter. And we also have a fortissimo sign. So I'm going to play you 4 pieces of music and you can draw the right dynamic in the circle. So with your pencil and L35, go to circle number 1 and I'm going to play you a song. Okay, here we go. It's circle number 1. Listen till I'm finished and then make your decision. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that was number 1. What do you think? Forte, piano, decrescendo, or fortissimo? Okay, we're going to circle number 2. So here is number 2. Listen carefully. Don't make your decision until I'm finished playing. Here we go. Okay, so forte, piano, decrescendo, fortissimo. Here's number 3. last one. Now we're going to number 4. Okay, so listen carefully. All right, and that was circle number 4. So make your decision, and if you need to, press pause, and then you can keep going with the lesson as soon as you've decided. I'll give you the answers in just after we work on some K pages and some W pages. Okay, so turn in your books now to your new songs, and we're going to do a couple new songs, and they have a surprise in them. They have B flats. So on your tin sheet, have a quick look again and review. Let me grab my tin sheet. A quick review for where B flat is. So here's B and here's B flat. So I'm going to play you those 2 things that we're going to be learning this week, and then you can press pause on the lesson and circle all the B flats that you find in the music. So the first page is W26. So go to W26 in your book and see if you can find, after I've played it for you, see if you can find all the B flats in the top melody. So we're just playing the top 2 lines this week, okay? So I'll play it for you. You can hear how it sounds, and then you can circle the B flats. Okay, so it's an exercise for the B flats, and you're starting on high C with finger number 5. So press pause and circle all the B flats. Now turn to K52 and 53, and this song is perfect for this time of year because hopefully the snow is going to be melting soon, and so it talks about a new look, which is spring. So here's spring, and also spring, a new look has B flats in it. So you'll be circling those 2. I'll play it for you first so you can hear how it sounds. So there's only one place that you play hands together, and that's at the very end of the song. You have an F in your right hand and you have an A in your left hand. That's the only place that you play hands together. Otherwise, you start with your right hand and then you play your left hand and you go back and forth like that. Let's just quickly talk though about this note here. I just want to review. So we've played this note before, but remember, you see that it is above Mrs. Ledger line where we have middle C. So that note is the D right above middle C. So remember, you're not playing the low D that's down here in the bass clef. You're playing the D that's above middle C, but you have to play it with your left hand instead of your right hand. Okay, so don't forget about that ledger line D. We've talked about that before, so just make sure you remember what note that is. All right, so we're going to learn a new scale this week too. And our new scale is the F major scale. So F major scale is a happy sounding scale, of course, because it's major. And we're only going to learn it just in our right hand this week. And the reason why is because F major scale has a little bit of different fingering than usual. So when we play the F major scale, the key signature is B flat. So again, that new black key that we've been talking about in our songs is in the F major scale. F major scale is on W51. So if you turn in your book to W51, you'll see the F major scale at the top of the page. And so you start with finger 1 on F, then you go to finger 2 on G, finger 3 on A. And this is the spot where we would usually tuck. But we can't tuck because the next note is B flat. It's a black key. So we can't tuck there. We have to use finger 4 instead. And so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to tuck our thumb under on C. And then D is finger 2, and E is finger 3, and F is finger 4. So we actually don't use finger number 5 at all when we play the F major scale in the right hand. I'm going to play it for you one more time so you can see how it is. We're going to use fingers 1 to 4 and then 1 to 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is on B flat, and then tuck your thumb under on C, 2, 3, and we end on finger 4. So no finger 5 in the F major scale, and that's on W51. So those are the 3 new things that we're going to be playing this week. We're going to be playing W26, the top melody, K52 and 53, and we're going to be playing the F major scale on W51. Don't forget to circle all of the B flats. All right, the last thing we want to talk about before I go is we were talking last week about finding out something about Johann Strauss, the new composer that we're talking about. So I want to tell you a couple things about Johann Strauss today. One of the interesting things about Johann Strauss is that he came from a whole family of musicians. And so a lot of them composed music, but Johann Strauss II actually became the most famous of all of the family. And they renamed him the Waltz King because he wrote music that were waltzes just like Chopin did in 3/4 time. So don't forget that a waltz is always in 3/4 time. One other interesting fact about Johann Strauss today is that actually his dad, who was a musician, didn't want Johann to be a musician. And so Johann Strauss had to take piano lessons in secret. He couldn't let his dad know that he was having piano lessons. And he became very famous. He was born in Germany, just like Brahms and Beethoven, but he moved to Austria and he lived his life in Austria, and then he died in Austria. And that's where Mozart died as well. And we've talked about all 3 of those other composers, Mozart, Chopin, and Brahms this year too. So listen this week to a recording of the beautiful blue Danube and let me know how you liked it. So I'm going to let you go now to do some practicing. Oh yes, and I do need to give you the answers to your L pages. So let me go back to the L pages. So the first one that I played on L35, the first one was forte, okay? And then the second one was with a decrescendo, and the third one was piano quiet, and the last one was fortissimo. So hopefully you got all those right. All right, so I'm going to be in touch with each of you to listen to your practice songs from last week. And so I look forward to seeing you in a little Zoom meeting later today. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.